Nithyananda. We are now moving on to the next segment of today's session, which is glimpses of the glorious past on the 18th of April. We are now going to see through the years the glorious past of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, how step by step the Tyaga was done by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in building the Kailasa, the only Hindu nation. And let us now begin with the year 2002, 18th of April. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared deeper insights about the Ajna Chakra. When the Ajna opens, the whole being enters into a different realm. A whole layer of faculties opens up. That is why all Eastern gods are represented with the third eye in their forehead. The third eye is only a symbol for the awakened Ajna. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained the main way to open the chakra is to laugh. Seriousness blocks this awakening, especially in the region between the eyebrows, which is called as Varanasi. To get mukti, you have to die in Varanasi, meaning remove the tension there which arises due to thinking, analyzing seriously. When you are happy, you remove the stress there, which opens the chakra, making you enlightened. Being serious by giving too much importance to life and worries is what happens. It is what hampers the opening of the chakras. We have to learn to drop the seriousness as nothing is solved by it. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained that he who thinks seriously achieves nothing. He who thinks sincerely only achieves. Being serious prevents any achievement as it prevents you from experiencing happiness, but sincerity allows you to constantly feel happiness while moving forward. Let us now have a glimpse of the satsang given by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
So, how this chakra gets clogged? This chakra gets clogged because of the seriousness. And how to open this chakra? What I did just now, do it always. Just laugh. Laughter is the key to open this chakra. Have you observed? All of you are writing seriously to laugh this chakra. Have you observed, whenever you think seriously, this place gets, simply it is, some changes happen. Either this way or this way. But this place will be having a change. Whenever you think seriously, you get a headache. And there are few people who only gives headache, never gets. And there are few people, that is exception. But generally, whenever you think seriously anything, whenever you take anything seriously, whenever you analyze anything seriously, you get a headache. You get this Ajna chakra affected. Situated in the eyebrows. That is what is called Varanasi. Varanasi means not that it is new to Uttar Pradesh. Many people used to tell that if you die in Varanasi, you will get mukti. I don't think it is a logic. Simply, whosoever dies in the Varanasi, you get mukti. What is the logic? Then why for tapasya? Then let us all go and live in Varanasi. And one day after we die, then we will get mukti. That cannot be the logic. Varanasi means the place between the Varana and Nasi. between the eyebrows and nose. Anya Chakra. If you die in Varanasi, you will be enlightened. Please be very clear. If you die in Varanasi, you will be enlightened. Not if you die in UP Varanasi. Tripudi is a different word. They use the Tripudi word to explain Vedantic ideas. Yes, you can use any word. But the same thing. The place which is centered between the eyebrows and nose. That is what? If you are living in the key to open this chakra is happiness. Just now I am telling you, laughter, happiness. If you are happy, this chakra will be opened. If you die in Varanasi, if you die in happiness, you will be enlightened, you will be in mukti, you will be attaining the mukti. Not that if you die in Varanasi, you will get mukti. Of course, Ramakrishna says authoritatively that he has seen that when the people die in UP Varanasi, they get enlightened, they get mukti. So according to the authority of Ramakrishna, I accept and bow down to his words. But logically, I think this can be much more developed interpretation of that word. Because if you simply give this type of music, this type of lazy peace, people will all go and stay in Varanasi and be lazy and do whatever they want. Yes. Yes, there is every chance in that way also you get included. Anyhow, the Varanasi. The meditation, I will tell you how to. So, how this chakra gets locked? By seriousness. All our seriousness is just about sand castles. Sand castles. Is it not? Sand castles. Sand castles. Our whole life, do you think, is there any more value than sand castles? I think even sand castle has got some value. If I compare our whole life to sand castles may go to court and make me condemnation. Yes, nothing is left out. If we compare our life with what? They may go to God's court and tell these human beings, they are claiming their right to be equal to me. How can they be equal to me? All our life, all our worries, all our seriousness is nothing but about sand castles. And one more key word you please write down. The key to unlock this chakra. Whenever you remember, just use this key. All seriousness is sickness. Write down. All seriousness. When I say all, I mean all. All our life, we are working, we are dreaming, we are seriously thinking, doing so many things. What for? Finally, where we end? Where we land? What happens? What is the final conclusion, result? What is it? What is the result? Can anyone tell? Huh?
How enlightened?
Nothing but sand castles. All our life, finally you have acquired through sand castles. That is the result. Whenever you take anything serious, just remember, through seriousness, nothing can be solved. Yesterday I told you a small incident that when you two play chess, somebody is a witnesser. Somebody is from outside. If you play chess, somebody is witnessing, can give a right solution. Why? Because you are serious. When you are serious, you are sick. So all your sickness originates from seriousness. Now,
Without seriousness thinking, how will he achieve anything?
Man who thinks seriously, he never achieves. Man who thinks sincerely only achieves. There is a big difference between seriousness and sincerity. Sincerity, if you have planned sincerely, even if it fails, already I told you, even if it fails, you will not feel that you are cheated. You will not feel you are dejected. You will feel you have done your best.
Won't there be seriousness in sincerity also?
I say from my experience, seriousness never gets associated with sincerity. Seriousness always gets associated with worries. Worry and planning, there are two things. Psychological planning and real planning, there are two things. If you plan something very clearly, you have to plan for tomorrow what you have to do. In reality, what you have to do, where you have to go, everything you have to plan. Plan it. There is nothing wrong. Chronological plan. According to the chronological dates, you will be planning. There is nothing wrong in it. That is called sincerity. But something inside, if you see, postponing the happiness. If I get one house, then I will be happy. When you get the house, you will not be happy as you immediately. If I get tomorrow one refrigerator, I will be happy. When you get the fridge, if I get tomorrow such and such a thing, I will be happy. Just postponing your time, postponing your happiness, postponing your life. Just at present, I will worry and work, be serious. When I get all these things, I will be simple, relaxed, and I will be happy. The psychological postponement, the psychological worry, the psychological planning, that is what is always associated with seriousness. And sincerity means even when you are working, you will be happy. When the thing comes, you will be more happy. When something else comes, you will be more happy. From ananda to ananda to ananda is what called sincerity. From dukkha to dukkha to dukkha is what called seriousness. Seriousness generates from sickness. Sickness generates from seriousness. Both are father of each other. Seriousness begets sickness begets seriousness. What do you think? Yes, you can say that here.
Normally the silence is understood as seriousness.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, silence is understood as seriousness. So all seriousness is sickness. How to open this? How to open the chakra? Just laugh whenever you feel, even without reason. Don't be afraid, we will put it aside. No, there is no need to be afraid at all. Asylum means there are two people. Then in society. Yes. The laughing, taking the things lightly, taking the things happily, will open this chakra. Whenever you remember, just be in a blissful mood. You can bring yourself. Uttare atmanam avashadaye. You have to bring yourself up by yourself only. Nobody else can do it. Gita says, you have to bring yourself up. It is you to decide whether I will become enemy of myself or whether I will become friend of myself. Gita says, Uttare atmanam avashadaye.
We are now moving on to the 18th of April 2004. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained how the third layer energy plays a prominent role in expanding our consciousness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism mentioned that out of the first three layers of our being, the first layer is used in our day-to-day life, the second layer is used during emergency time, and the third layer is the spiritual energy layer. Healing happens as bliss is formed in the third layer, and it has tremendous energy. The Vishuddhi Chakra is the gateway for all three layers of energy. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expounds elaborately on the Ajna and the Vishuddhi Chakras. Let us now see an excerpt from the beautiful satsang.
Let us go for the Ajna Chakra, the brow chakra, the energy center which is situated at the third eye, between the eyes, eyebrows and the nose. This chakra is called Varanasi, place between Varana and Nasi. Varanasi means don't think that UP Kashi. This is the real Varanasi. There is a belief if you die in Varanasi you will get mukti. How can you get mukti just by dying in one place? Tell me. If you die in this place you will get mukti. That is what? If your ego dies in this third eye, you will get mukti. But just by dying in one place you cannot get mukti. If you die in this Varanasi, only then you will get mukti. That is what they meant. Brow chakra. If this chakra is active, whatever you think will become reality. This chakra is called Ajna. Ajna means will. Why it is called will? If this chakra opens, whatever you will become reality. That is why it is called Ajna. If this chakra opens, you are a Buddha. Otherwise, you are a Buddha. If this chakra opens, you are Shiva. Otherwise, Sava. If this chakra opens, you are Muruga. Otherwise, Murga. This chakra is the only difference between you and the God. When this chakra opens, man becomes God. When this chakra closes, God becomes man. If other chakras have got some 5-6 meditation techniques, this chakra has got more than 5,000 meditation techniques. Working on the third eye is a separate religion, because every religion has worked on the third eye. Every religion, they worked on the third eye. The third eye is a highly powerful mystic center. This chakra gets locked due to your ego and cunningness, conditionings. This gets opened by simplicity and innocence. When I say conditioning, you don't see the world as it is. You see only what do you want. For example, you all listen to a discourse. 1 hour or 1.5 hours? 1 hour 20 minutes. If I ask all of you to write the gist of this discourse, I will have 100 more discourses. If I ask you to write the gist of this discourse, if 50 of you are writing, I will have at least 50 more new discourses of my own. Each one will see what they want to see. Each one will listen what they want to listen. Each one will understand what they want to understand. It is like you read a 100-page novel and you just get 2 pages from that novel. All the other 98 pages are lost. With the 2 pages, you try to reconstruct the whole 100-page novel. How much this 2 page will be original to the 100 page? How much it will be original? It cannot be. It will not be. It will not be true to the original in even single way. It will have its own course. That is what we are also doing. In most of our cases in the life, you don't listen to the arguments and pass judgment. You have argument ready, you have judgment ready. You just collect arguments. You decide whatever your wife says is wrong. She decides whatever you say you are bossing her. Already the decision is made. Now whatever happens, she will collect for her argument, you will collect for your argument, that's all. The judgment is ready. You don't pass judgment listening the arguments. Judgment is ready. You just collect arguments which supports your judgment. In every step, you have already your own prejudice about the life, about the situation, about the persons, about the things. Your own judgments. Your own judgments are not going to help you in any way. If you live by your own judgments, you live based on the ego. Ego means past. All your judgments are based on past. If you live just based on the past, you will bring your past and project it on the future, and you will destroy the future also into the past. So you are killing the life. Understand this very clearly. If you live based on the past, you will bring your past and project it on the future and destroy the future also into the past. Continuously, you will be living only based on the past, set up based on the past, record. Bringing the past and projecting it on the future is no way going to help you, is no way going to encourage you to live, is no way going to give you the excitement that you are going to live a life. Your mind will say, oh, same wife, same car, same house, same food. The enthusiasm to live is lost. There was one master near the Madhya Pradesh. Doctors have told him in the last phase of his life he should take only diet, simple rice and the greens. 10 years he was taking the same diet. The cook who used to cook for him, she got fed up. She went and asked, Master, are you not bored eating the same food? I am bored cooking the same food. He said, what? I am not eating the same food. Every day I am eating only the new food. How can I eat the same food? Look at the angle of a disciple and the angle of the master. For a disciple, it is the same food. She makes everything as old. For master, it is something totally different. He says, every morsel is new. Every bit is new. For master, everything is new because he has no judgment. He never decides beforehand. The prejudice makes you to live your life in a dull, dead way. You can see the kids, they enjoy everything. Every moment they enjoy. Every moment they are jumping around. They are running around. They are excited. We were also kids once upon a time. What happened? How did we lose that joy? How did we lose that charm? How did we lose that bliss? Conditioning and the ego is the thing which has made our life very dull. If this chakra is open, you think in visualization. If this chakra is locked, you think in verbalization, words. It is almost like a whole life is taken away from you, just giving you 2-3 books about life. If you are given just 2-3 books about life and locked inside the room, of course with good food, what will happen? The same thing is being done to you without even your knowledge when the ajna is locked, when you are given conditionings, when you reduce your visualization into verbalization, your eyes lose the charm or the energy. You can see the kids' eyes shining. They are living through their eyes. You can see our eyes waiting to sleep. You open the eyes expecting that when you will be able to close the eyes. We wake up just to sleep again. For kids, they sleep just to get up again. We live in a total prejudiced way. The moment you get up, you know, same day, same office. That is why you feel bored. Most of them I have seen. If half an hour sun can come late, how nice it will be. Or 1 hour, if we can lie down one more hour, how nice it will be. None of us want to even get up from the bed. None of us are ready to receive the life. One more day has come. The sun has raised. Birds are singing. The existence is calling. But we don't feel the life has come to the life. The life has started again. One more day has come. No. Because you made everything as a old. You have got opinions, decisions about everything. You know what to do. Then how will you live? If you know everything, you can never live.
We are now moving on to the 18th of April 2012. In that day's presidential address, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism took inquiries from the Inner Awakening delegates. One attendee asked how best to inspire others to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's teachings. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism replied that when we offer ourselves in compassion and desire to help others, those who are interested will just catch fire. A second attendee asked for explanation of inner space and wants to know when she will experience inner silence. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism answers that when we close our eyes, what we feel as me is our inner space. And that silence can be experienced whenever we truly wish it. The final questioner wants to know whether greed is a danger on the spiritual path. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism replies that if greed motivates us to progress on our path, doing required practice and exercise, then it is useful. Otherwise, it is just negative selfishness. We are now moving on to the 18th of April 2014. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism described how when we get comfortable with completion, our presence has the ability to enchant and make others feel complete. The key is to always practice keeping our inner space complete. Whenever agitations and incompletions arise, we need to go off and complete with them immediately. Making a clear decision to be in completion removes the layers of thinking which confuses us again and engulfs our reality. We are now moving on to the 18th of April 2015. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continued on the Living Advaita series of addresses and initiations from the Upanishads. This day's Akashic revelation was a profound delivery of the Isha Upanishad, verse 9. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed the sacred secrets of experiencing cosmos and our need to constantly seek for ultimate experiences from it, till we become Shiva. The universe is constantly expanding, and so does an enlightened being expand into a new existence, experiences continuously, in whom the seeking never disappears. Stopping seeking is worshipping ignorance. Mumukshatva, or seeking, means always searching for reality and not allowing any stagnation to happen in anything we do. Speaking on human possibility, he explains in depth that our possibilities do not stop with human values, with some charity, compassion, social services. These are good acts, but never attempt to kill the traditional Hinduism, which awakens the extraordinary, mystical, superhuman possibilities in us. He insists to have extreme questioning to the cosmos and everything and search the reality by our bold, intense seeking, which is likened to a tantrum-throwing child who keeps asking the Cosmic Mother. Let us now see the Nithyananda Times of the 18th of April.
See, just now we discussed that all the actions we do also are consciousness, because everything is consciousness. But if we're incomplete about something and we do some action, is that also consciousness? Because incompletions don't even exist, so consciousness doesn't fill them. So are the actions also filled with consciousness?
In Lord Buddha's life, even in his life, if you see that he actually became so incomplete, seeing the three bodies, which is the sick body and the dead body and the old body. So when he saw all this, actually became so incomplete. But even after he saw this so much incompletion, out of that he just realized himself, and because of those three experiences only, he actually transformed his whole life into enriching the whole world. So what I feel is even incomplete actions are consciousness, because they can lead you to consciousness.
Swamiji told that consciousness is untouched by delusion, right? So even when Narada asked Vishnu what is delusion, Vishnu asked him for water. So Narada will come down to earth and he'll come down to earth for fetching water. But at that time he'll also get deluded, right? That means how is it that consciousness is untouched by delusion?
Adding to what she told, it is like how today Swamiji told, maturation of aspiration can happen only in Bhuloka. That's why Narada and Vishnu has to come down to planet Earth, and then Vishnu has to teach him the what is Maya and make him go through the Maya and come out of it. In this whole process, consciousness was never touched by the Maya. See, consciousness is just the energy. Maya didn't touch the consciousness. It just made his mind get deluded into whatever space he was, and then again Vishnu made him get back out of Maya.
Adding a point, what I feel is that, as Swamiji told in today's satsang, even the gods have to come down to planet Earth if they want to make their aspirations matured. So what I feel is that when it was time for Narada to get his aspirations matured, to have a deeper understanding of life and to get a deeper understanding that he is the consciousness, so he had to take the human form, come to the world, the present Bhuloka, live and experience everything, go through the Maya and understand that he is the consciousness and then get back. So what I feel is that was a process for him to understand and make his cognitions and his aspirations mature, so that he understands that he is the consciousness.
Even if the dust is supposed to cover the book, if book is consciousness and the dust is covering the book, there's something like other existing, the incompletion. Like if we tell that dust has incompletions, but we just before few statements they told that incompletions are also consciousness. So how can it there's something else existing there?
What I think is incompletion itself is not consciousness, because it is just imaginary. But in the situation where you get incomplete, you deciding to complete that component in that is consciousness. I don't think incompletion itself is consciousness, because they are just something imaginary. So you decide that situation which happens and makes you complete is consciousness, but incompletion is just imaginary and they're not consciousness.
Adding to what she told, it only depends on what the stuff you're made of. See, if you put the same potato in a boiling water and put the egg in a boiling water, what happens? The potato will avoid being like how the egg is. Egg will become more stronger. So it's only the situation avoids matching. It's only the way how you perceive the situation depends. See, if you see it out of your powerlessness, then the situation will only project you incompletions. But when you see it out of the right context, that it is trying to enrich you, it is trying to make you more and more better and having a mature cognition, you will never see it as incompletions. So incompletion is just the way how you perceive. So it is like incompletion is just the imaginary but not the real itself. So incompletion avoids having consciousness in it.
Hi, my name is Sarvesh. Basically, I'm in grade 5. I'm in grade 5. I have come here to attend the NDY program, and this program is very nice. Like blindfold reading was a very nice experience. Like where I could read the books with my eyes tied with a black color cloth, and it was a great experience for me. And it is nice to be with Swamiji, and it's nice about the Shivoham process. I was free from thoughts at that moment. I was very happy, and in the presence of Swamiji I was very calm, and it was an awesome experience. I like Swamiji's smile, and whatever I ask, he just blesses me with that. And he always tells okay for everything we ask, and he never gets angry. That's one of the main points why I like him. And he's always in a blissful mood.
Even while you are alive, saying yes to death is Atmahana, hell. Even during the so-called death, saying yes is liberation, enlightenment. Varanasi stands for that principle. Principle of saying yes to life even when it presents death.
We are now moving on to the 18th of April 2016. On that day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism presided over the Ujjain Adhinam meeting with Mahanirvani Akhada, where the Mahants and Sri Mahants of the Akhada gave special honors to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on account of his hard work and dedication to revive Hinduism in its most undiluted form. This massive, peaceful congregation of people from all walks of life transfers the journey from their cities, towns, and villages to get the spiritual experience of a lifetime like none other. Kumbh Mela has historical, social, and above all, spiritual significance. It is the oldest festival that happens on planet Earth and has been held for over 12,000 years. There are inscriptions and records to show that historically more than 1,000 Kumbh Melas have taken place. It is the largest and non-permanent city in the world that comes to life every 4 years with tens of millions of people. Let us now see the Nithyananda Times of the 18th of April 2017.
Last weekend, many Tamil people came to Bengaluru Adinam for the weekend workshop Nitya Yoga. The workshop started on Saturday with Manifesting Powers demo by the Balasans, the students of the Nityananda Gurukul in the Adinam. They expressed the powers of Sadashiva, the Shaktis of the third eye, like remote viewing, body scanning, and third eye reading. These powers manifest after initiation by Paramahamsa Nithyananda. During the program, all the 7 chakras were explained and techniques were given to unblock them. To keep them open, one should live the 4 powers of Sanatana Hindu Dharma: integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching. Sunday evening, the workshop ended with Shiva Diksha, the first level initiation to worship Shiva, and an initiation in the Gayatri Mantra. Ohio Adinam celebrated 10 years since His Holiness Paramahamsa himself inaugurated and energized the temple and property. More than 100 people participated in the events on a beautiful April day. Highlights were the Rudra Homa on the banks of the river, Manifesting Shakti's demonstration, Sri Vijay Mahalakshmi Puja, and bhajans. People traveled from as far away as Seattle, Missouri, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Houston, Texas, Arkansas, Los Angeles, and from around the state of Ohio. They are eternally grateful to Swamiji for this temple in Adinam.
I had the privilege of meeting Swamiji 10 years ago as he was opening and initiating the Ohio Vedic Temple. I had been walking by one day on my daily walk, and I noticed a couple of rainbows over the top of this site, and I thought, well, whatever comes here I would be interested in. So the first time I met Swamiji, I really honestly didn't know who he was. I was sitting in a program with him and found it very captivating, very motivating. It was he really clicked for me. So we are so blessed and so happy to be celebrating the 10th anniversary of our great teacher and our leader, Nithyananda.
We are now moving into the 18th of April 2018. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the day 18 of the Paramashivoham program at the Bengaluru Adhinam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expounded on the cosmic principles of mandalas during the everyday live public talk, the Nithyananda Satsang. Delegates were also initiated into the mandala process. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted a powerful process using the sacred geometry of the mandalas and the power of sacred symbols to initiate delegates. Seated in the shape of specific mandalas or geometric shapes that represent universal energies, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism aligned the biomemory and muscle memory of delegates to the fundamental lines and sounds of cosmos. Let us now go through the liberating mandala process as part of the Paramashivoham program.
சிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஐந்தோழில் செய்தொழித்தான் அந்த வருத்தம் தீர்த்திட உலகம் வந்தார். ஆக்கைக்கு தீக்கைகள் அளித்திடும் போது சதாசிவன் என்னும் நினைவு கொண்டார். மாயை மக்களை மயக்கும் போது ஈசானத்தான் என்னும் நினைப்பும் கொண்டார். கண்கள் ககனம் காத்திடும் வேளையில் விட்டுருவாய் வந்து தானாய் நின்றான். ஆகாத மனிதரை அழித்திடும் வேளையில் ஆகி நின்றான் அவன் ருத்திரனான். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றான். சந்தேகம் தீர்த்து அப்பன் நீயே என்று சொல்லிடவே வந்த மகள்கள் நாங்கள். புவிக்கு பூரணமாய் வந்த நாதனின் பூரணத்துவத்தின் காரணம் நாம். புவிக்கு பூரணமாய் வந்த நாதனின் பூரணத்துவத்தின் காரணம் நாம். நித்யானந்தர் மகள்கள் என்றால் இன்றே பார்க்கும் உலகம் எங்கு நெஞ்சில் சுமந்தே பெற்றான் எங்களை நித்யானந்தமாய் வாழ்ந்திடவே. ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார்.
ईशानभूताय सदाशिवाय तत्पुरुषवक्त्राय महेश्वराय अघोरहृदयाय रुद्रेश्वराय वामेश्वराय स्थितिकारणाय सत्यस्वरूपाय सृजनेश्वराय स्वागतं स्वागतं स्वामिन् ते स्वागतम् अस्माकं हृदये भोः सुस्वागतं ते स्वागतं स्वागतं स्वामिन् ते स्वागतम् अस्माकं हृदये भोः सुस्वागतं ते ब्रह्मस्वरूपं शिवशक्तिऐक्यं दमरुककरतिरुशूलम् आह्वानहस्तं काषाय वस्त्रं राजसन्न्यासं वन्देहं परमहंस नित्यानन्द सद्गुरुम् श्री जगद्गुरु शिवगुरु स्वागतं स्वागतं स्वामिन् ते स्वागतम् अस्माकं हृदये भोः सुस्वागतं ते स्वागतं स्वागतं स्वामिन् ते स्वागतम् अस्माकं हृदये भोः सुस्वागतं ते संसारे आरण्य अत्यन्तकारे कौमुदी गुरुरेव शरणं संसारे आरण्य अत्यन्तकारे कौमुदी गुरुरेव शरणं द्वन्द्वस्य जालेनु तप्तोऽहं पाहि माम्
We're now moving on to the 18th of April 2020. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism came to give darshan during the everyday live public talk with Nithyananda Satsang. Darshan for today was Krishna Vishwarupa Bhava Darshan, contributing to over 108 humanitarian causes of Kailasa Uniting Nation. Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University marks today as Season 2, Day 14 of Paramashivoham. One of the major highlights of Kailasa's contributions through this convention is power manifestation, today being the power of Durudrishti. Sannyasis of Nithyananda order of monks and initiated acharyas worldwide, affiliated with the Department of Education of Sri Kailasa, conducted a series of seminars focusing on the truths of karma yoga and leadership and conquering life as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, inspiring millions towards the science of enlightenment. We are now moving on to the 18th of April 2021. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blessed the whole humanity with the Maha Kala Bhairava Darshan. What is Kala? Kala is the dimension of the universe in which the vibration component, the Parashakti component of Paramashiva is manifesting. Just zoom out, see the space where big bangs and black holes are happening simultaneously. Billions of planets, suns, moons, stars, moving, taking birth, living for millions of years and disappearing simultaneously. That space is Kala. Mahakala Bhairava is the Lord of time and space. As the Lord of time and integrity, he holds the key to the cosmic archives, the Akashic records which contain the past, present, and future. Kala Bhairava is the source of the causal body, the source from which rejuvenation for manifestation happens. Benefits of worshipping Lord Mahakala Bhairava. The Skanda Purana says, at one point, Brahma, the creator, falls into delusion and forgets his real identity. He originally had 5 heads, just like Mahadeva. Suddenly, he fell into delusion, catching on to his false identity due to his ego and arrogance. So Mahadeva just wakes up from his samadhi, manifests as Kala Bhairava, the Lord of Time, removes the false identity of Brahma and liberates him with the Shivoham experience. Below we can see the pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism from the Mahakala Bhairava Bha Samadhi Darshan. So with that, we come to the end of this beautiful session, and we will now also like to introduce the Paramashivoham Level 3 program, which is a beautiful program which awakens the various experiences